Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving deep into something truly groundbreaking, a tool that could revolutionize the way you do research, especially for business. I'm talking about Google's brand new Deep Research feature, an AI-powered tool that can research hundreds of pages in under 10 minutes and provides a detailed report with all the findings. This feature is so good that you won't believe it's really working. Deep Research promises to find the most relevant, in-depth information, researching hundreds of sources to answer your specific questions. In this video, we'll explore some real-world business applications and see how this tool can save us time, boost productivity, and unlock new insights. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button below. Let's jump right in. So on December 11, when OpenAI had their 12 days of announcements, Google joined the race with the release of their announcements, and one of those announcements was actually Deep Research. Well, Deep Research, as you can read, and I will leave a link down to the description to the blog post, it will actually search many websites for you instead of you just manually going through the Google search and trying to understand what each website contains and trying to kind of grab all the different pieces of information together. It will do this for you. In order to access Google Deep Research, you will need to have Gemini Advanced. So you may click here, Gemini Advanced, and you will be automatically redirected to the page where you can try 1 month for free. So essentially the cost of using this model and some other features as well, you will get access to the latest Google's models like 2.0 experimental, which is, by the way, #1 on the Hugging Face chatbot arena right now. But you will also get the access to Google Deep Research. So the cost of this is basically $20 per month, but Google allow you to have like a 1 month for free, so you can try it, you can see if you like it, and I suggest you actually try and use this possibility, because I believe this thing can save you so many hours, especially if you are Googling on a daily basis. I mean, if I think about business today, I think like almost all office workers Google something every single day. It's just the matter of how you Google it, and just the matter of what is the quality of information you get. You get much more deep results. You might not always need them, but in general, if you're looking for somebody to find a specific person, specific company, when you research the industry, niche, or many more things, this thing is really cool and can be useful for you. Once you sign up, you need to add the credit card, but you can also cancel at any time. And let's actually see how that works. So whenever we are in the Gemini Advanced, we will see basically an option here to select whatever model we use. So 1.5 Pro, Flash, Deep Research, Experimental. So in this case, we're interested in 1.5 Pro with Deep Research, and we can ask it at anything, basically, to research any single thing. So let's take an example. So let's imagine I'm working in the States, and let's say specifically in Houston, Texas, and I'm looking for a marketing partner. So I want to run some maybe promotional ads or do some campaigns on social media, and I want a marketing agency to actually do this for me. So I'll go with find the best marketing agency in Houston, Texas, and compare them. Let's do marketing agencies. Let's do it like this. So what happens next is it creates an outline of the research it's going to do. And now we have to approve the outline, or we have to, correct it if we don't want it to be like this. So if you look here, find the best marketing agencies in Houston, Texas, and compare them. First, find top marketing agencies. If there are too many, limit to several that are most representative or most relevant. For each agency, find information about the service. For each agency, find client testimonials and case studies. Compare the agencies. Consider specific needs of your business when comparing the agencies. By the way, the number 5, it doesn't know information about my business, so I'm not sure it will be able to actually execute on this task, but let's see how that works. Find any awards or recognition of the agencies, find reviews of the agencies. So we can edit the plan if we say, okay, we don't need the step number 5, please erase it. It will erase it. But for the first time, let's actually start the research. Let's see how that works. So whenever we start a research, it will create sort of different user experience here. It will be showing that it's comparing Houston marketing agencies and researching websites. Here it will, throughout the process, it will show how many websites it researched, and it will update after like some time. In such case, for example, right now it's just 6 websites at the moment. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go for more websites and we'll find more. What we can actually do in parallel, because I want to show a couple demos here while this one running, and for example here we already see it's 36 websites. We will open multiple tabs and we'll run multiple scenarios to see how that works in a different demo. So let me open 4 of these, because I want to show kind of 4 different demos. So, and for the second one, so now right now here, for example, you can see it is researching 123 websites. Oh, that's crazy. If that would be done by me, it would take me days to research that many websites, because other than, just scrolling through the websites, reading the content and understanding what the agencies do, this literally takes so much time. I mean, if I were to write a blog post, I would probably read like, I don't know, 15 top CEO articles on Google, and then I comprehend something and create my own blog post of this. Researching 123 websites will not be possible. Here you can do that, and let's see what the final result is going to be. All right, so the next one is my friend is planning a wedding this summer, and let's help him out to find the proper photographer. So I'll go with find the best photographer in Latvia. The best wedding photographer. That's important, right? Find the best wedding photographer in Latvia. Let's see what it comes up with. And by the way, it is important to show what is the location because it will affect the results. So here it says find top wedding photographers in Latvia, experience destination, photographers in Latvia available in the wedding season and budget, find reviews, etc. Now let's go and start it and see how that works. And here we have a little bit specific market, right? So we can go with Latvia, we can go with Texas, we can go with general, with the world, that's also fine. It just, matches how many people we're going to find in a specific niche. And by the way, here it will find different websites, but it will not always use all the websites for the response. It might take that information into account and just say this information is irrelevant for the answer, and it will not use it at all, but it has researched the website though. For the next one, let's imagine we're working in the e-commerce business and we're constantly looking for the winning products. So let's actually ask it to find the winning products for us. Find the winning product to trade in e-commerce, drop shipping, let's actually specify, in January 2025. Okay, so let's see what's the outline it comes up with. So it says find the trending products in e-commerce, find the trending on TikTok, on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. Very nice. But what I specifically wanted to have as well, I wanted to search on AliExpress and Temu. I want to search on the Chinese websites because I will be buying, if I'm in the commerce business, somewhere where it's actually cheaper. And if people are buying it there, it means they will be buying it somewhere else. So let's actually ask it, search for winning products. Let's do also search for winning products on AliExpress and Temu.com. Let's add those websites and see if the outline actually changes. So here we go. We gotta find new articles, blog posts in January and find trending products on AliExpress and Temu.com in December 2024. Well, it came up with the date itself. Let's presume that's fine with us. Let's start the research and then we will actually see how that works. And for the last one, let's imagine we have already a product and we are planning as a business to enter a new market, or we just overall want to see what is the current development of my product in the business this year. So I'll go with analyze the market of, let's imagine I'm producing drones in January 2025. And let's see if it can analyze the market for me. If I, for example, want to forecast or make a budget, I will need to make some adjustments, or if there are any significant differences between my budget and what I actually see, because I might be in the bubble, whereas what the market actually sees and what are the forecasts of the analysts, etc. So let's make the report of what's the market of drones looks in 2025. Now let's actually remove January. Okay, let's check the outline if that's fine. All right, so find the market size of drone, the growth rates, major players, major trends. Looks good to me. Let's actually start the research and let's see what the first one gave us. So by this time we have received this one, and approximately it takes about 2 to 7 minutes or so. I would usually go with like under 10 minutes, but it's like from 2, or even sometimes it's even faster. If the topic is small and I really asked it, for example, to find information about myself, it just researched 16 websites. There are not so many websites writing about me right now, so it took about like 30 seconds or so. So sometimes it's faster, but here probably from 2 to 7 minutes. So we've got top marketing agencies in Houston, Texas, and there's somebody from Texas watching this video. Please let me know if that's legit. But let's actually see. So we've got a dynamic metropolis, significant hub. So it always starts with sort of introduction. Then it goes with methodology. So it identify top agencies, gather information, evaluate feedback, assess industry recognition, etc. And here we go. We've got the ninth wonder, we got etc. Versa Creative, some other agencies. Then it has created a table. I asked it to compare it. So we compare it in a table, which is really, really nice. Usually it will also allow me to open this in Google Sheets, not this time unfortunately, but I can copy paste this table manually. That's also fine. And it says, okay, what's the agency, what's the service, its experience, pricing. If that's available, that's good. If that's not publicly available, it will write it here. Pretty much imagine yourself like going through all these iterations and comparing these agencies if you would have find one. So that would take a lot of time. Aligning agency selection with business needs. So you should consider business, industry, marketing objectives. There are key insights, and there is also a conclusion. So the most marketing agencies requires careful consideration. So it didn't suggest us a specific agency, but it provided with sort of a comprehensive list of different agencies. And if I was totally new to the market, it's just much easier, because imagine if I would go to Google and will try to find it. I would go with marketing agency in Houston, Texas. However, I'm not in the States, so I will receive different results from the people that are actually based in Texas. But as we can see here, I get a lot of like sponsored ads in the very beginning, which is already depressing. But then if I go there, there is like top 50 digital marketing agencies, right? And then again, I go, there is like 30 Degrees North, Ninth Wonder, etc. And many other agencies. There is like 30 marketing agencies in Houston, and etc., and many websites. However, these results that are there, they're based not on a single report, they're based on 123 websites. So essentially, not all the websites are here. For example, the website De La Soul, I guess it wasn't even included. It has researched the website, it went through the website for whatever reason it needed, but it didn't include that result because it's not relevant, right? It did research many results, but it didn't include those. So that's pretty cool, and it kind of provides you with a report. And if you like that report, you go and open it in Docs, and it will automatically pull up the Google Docs document with the whole report ready for you. So you would go and read the methodology, the table. Well, the table doesn't look nice just because of the formatting, but other than that, it's the already report with all the sources. And what is important here, it actually provided almost all the citations here. Again, I'm not sure if it used all the citations, it did research all the citations, but they are here, right? So you got a legit report. And if you don't believe it's right, for example, cultural intelligence is not important, you would just go here and read it. I would usually go and check some numbers, what I specifically like, but we will check that later on. Let's actually see how our wedding photographer is actually working. So choosing a photographer is a big decision. So we've got top wedding photographers, okay, and we got Yelena Yushina, some other people, which I also find familiar because I was actually married like almost a couple years ago, and I was actually researching these people before, so I recognize some faces here. So, and also provided, so Yelena Yushina was one of the first to choose from, and this is basically based on the information from this website. And if we go to this website, we can actually find that Yelena Yushina is one of the first ones in the list, right? So we've got the destination wedding photographers, and there are some other people. Photographer availability, compare pricing and packages, right? And what is really cool, you actually get a lot of sources, right? So if you don't believe a specific number, or if you don't believe somebody is good, so for example here you can see that some photographers can charge quite a number for the wedding. Some are maybe cheaper, and it has researched 52 websites to do that. Well, the important thing I must mention, so this model right now, it actually works in English. So essentially, when I'm searching for best wedding photographers in Latvia, I'm significantly limiting myself, just because such photographers that have their websites in Latvian, for example, they will not be added to the list. So the model works in English, and if you're researching something in your local language, which is not English, the source will not be included here. So this is an important thing to consider. Whenever you do your research with deep research, this works only for the websites that are in English. And it will find those websites, the information will consider, but if it's in Latvian, it doesn't work yet. I'm pretty sure quite soon they will include this feature, but right now it's limited to English, unfortunately. So consider this for your researches. So the next one is the winning product. Now let's actually see this. Trending products in e-commerce in December 2024. Well, might be a little bit too old already because we're in January, but let's see what it came up with. So we've got the LED Christmas garland light, Christmas puzzle, electric remote control, source toy, whatever. Okay, found some articles. But what I actually see, I can find different sources again, and basically it will list, many websites are making those blog posts, the best dropshipping products to sell 2024 and 2025, in January, in February, etc. So there was like a lot of seasonality stuff. So you can actually go through those and research the websites and come up with something. And here, what is pretty cool, it will also research the YouTube videos for you, as for example, it says here. So instead of you actually going and watching this YouTube video, this model will probably have taken the transcript of that video and has incorporated the knowledge. And it says that video suggested that are smart home devices, winter apparel, pet products. So it even actually takes the videos into account, which is amazing. What I love here, TikTok, right? It researched the TikTok beauty and personal care, home decor, fashion, gifts and gadgets. These groups are pretty much always top of all the e-commerce products, but here we can see a little bit more specifics, like oversized hoodies, sundresses, you know, 3D purely phone cases, anti-choking devices, and stuff like that, which is already quite specific, I would say, and I really like it. It actually got into the detail, like home and living multifunctional memory foam wedge pillows, okay, whatever it is, right? So I like it. I really like it. It actually found some other kind of wholesalers in the that do suggest some other products like shark ceramic plate. There's like some sofa, retro camera phone case, and stuff like this. Amazing. I really like it so much. You can go and research those products. This whole research is actually much longer. It's based on 42 websites. It's done in just a couple minutes, and it says what are the key trends. It says what are the products. So based on the AliExpress, what are the top products right now. This is so amazing. It saves so much time. One time in my life, I used to do it myself. It just takes a lot of time. Here, this is much easier. All right, and let's jump to the very last example, to the drone market analysis, right? So we've got drones, so it estimated, okay, the North America, it's about 40-45%, Europe about 30-35%, and then we got Asia Pacific, and then we got the growth rates. So what we are interested when we're analyzing the market is basically the market shares by geographies, which is fine. We can also split the market shares by different product categories if that's available, or by companies, but that's probably not available. So drone market's still saturated. So we got the growth rates. This is very important, and we are usually looking at the compound annual growth rates. So here, just the estimation of the market probably for 2024, because we don't have yet the data. And here we got the compound annual growth rates, which I was talking about. So it's quite interesting that it also finds this data. And if we go to the source, we can actually see US commercial drone market. There is, it looks like report or something, right? And there is some data that it has taken from. So probably this number, like for example, 10.6%. We can actually go to the specific source here and go Control F, 10.6%, and it should be able to find. So as we can see, commercial drone market report scope growth rate 10.6% from 2025 to 2030. That's exactly the information it found. This is so amazing. Major trends: increased adoption in various industries, technological advancements, AI integration into drones. That's something interesting. Haven't seen those ones. Shift in drone application, global diversification. That's interesting. Emphasis on safety, etc. So I really like it, and you can get it into your Google Docs, and it's based on the 33 websites, so it's pretty cool. What is more important, you can also ask the model. So if this report is too long, or let's actually go back to our product. So here we have many products listed. So for example, here we can go with prioritize 10 products based on their chances to go viral from the most to the least. Okay, so what essentially is going to do, it will take into account all this information that is right here. We'll find 10 some different products, because there were many products that it provided, and it will give me just 10 in bullet points. So essentially here, it's something like a usual chat. So you'll be talking like to 1.5 model, and it will, you know, it will do the same as if you would just simply go to the chat, but taking into account the information that you have provided here. So we'll say, okay, silicon mask is the first one, the sort of sofa, whatever it is the second one. And actually, what is pretty cool, I actually found it on TikTok. Oh my god, this is so cool. It actually done TikToking for me. I love it so much. And so after you've done your reporting, you can also do a few things with it. You can take it into Google Docs and then copy paste that and paste it in a separate chat to make sure you eliminate the chat from all the previous information and focus just on the newly created report. Or you can go to Notebook LM in the Google Studio and actually create a podcast and talk to your chat, basically talk to your report about things that you've just researched. So deep research, in my opinion, is just a game changer. It really saves tons of time, like analyzing, like here, for example, 42 websites, 36 websites. In my testing phases, I was analyzing up to 200 websites on certain topics, right? If I go broadly, it will analyze a lot of things, which will take a couple minutes more, but it goes much deeper. It provides you basically with the source of each sentence in the report. It has a structured report. It includes all the relevant information. However, sometimes it's not perfect. You should not rely totally on this tool, but it saves so much time. Like for example, I was searching for Excel influencers, and so for example here, I'm searching for Excel influencers, and it provided me with like 10 biggest influencers. And in fact, that's true. Like Kat Norton, Layla Garani probably are the biggest ones. We get John Michelottis. Paul Bernhurst actually is not really an Excel influencer. He's more like in finance, corporate finance and analysis. Vin Hopkins, Bill Jalen, Mr. Excel, Jeff Lanning, Minda Tracy, etc. So all those people it has provided, they are Excel influencers, they're big ones, but there are also other big names it has overseen, like there will be John Akampora from Excel Campus, or there will be the Excel couple, for example, from TikTok. So those guys have millions of followers on TikTok, but it hasn't specifically analyzed TikTok for that. We might actually prompt it to search on TikTok for specific people, or in Instagram where people have like millions of followers, because here it will also get some people like, for example, Vin Hopkins, which is a prominent figure in the Excel community, but it has 200,000 followers. And there are people like, for example, Farizat Tabora on Instagram. She has like almost 2 million followers, right? It did take this guy into account, didn't take another guy into account. So it's not yet at the point where it actually will do all the work for you, but it really decent enough. I mean, these people that are here, they are really kind of no names in the Excel community. Just because I work there, I know that, but there are also other people that it's overseen. So you can't really totally rely on this and just base your research simply on this one, but it will save you so much time. Like for this particular analysis, it searched for 142 websites. It provided a lot of valuable information, and you can see the links here. You can click through the links and check the information, and there are tons of information, but it's all done within like few minutes, scrapped together, and you already have enough information to work with. And if you're thinking the list is not comprehensive enough, you can specify, hey, go on TikTok and find those people on TikTok, or go on Instagram, or go on LinkedIn, right? So you're open here. To recap, Google Deep Research is crazy. Think about how many hours you would need to do a research like this. Thoughtfully going through 200 websites take days of actual work, and now available in under just 5 minutes. The research will never be the same again, and I'm pretty sure that in 2025, Google will add the possibility to read the PDFs as well as use deep research in various languages. Market research companies, you must rethink your business model as soon as possible, while others, feel free to access information that was not available to you before. This is something that gets me out of the bed in the morning. I'm so excited for the future, and I hope you too. If you found this video helpful, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more cool tools and tutorials in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.